Hey everyone, Terry White here, and I thought I'd give you a quick look at the brand new, just came out last night, yesterday sometime, depending on where you are, Instagram Stories feature. Now, Instagram has been my go-to place for years for posting my photography and short videos. And it's great for that because my photography looks great on Instagram. People are following me on Instagram. It's an amazing place to showcase photography in the moment, whether it's a picture I'm taking with my iPhone or one that I upload later from the camera roll. But that's great. However, as many of you know, you can't get around it. Snapchat is the hot thing. It's the thing that people are using. And well, Instagram refuses to be outdone by things like that. Instagram, aka Facebook. So therefore, they implemented a very, very similar feature called Instagram Stories. Now, your regular Instagram's not going away, so you can still use it to post your photos and videos and see the photos and videos of people that you follow. But now, in addition to that, at the top of your Instagram window, you'll get the option of seeing stories and sharing your stories. These are short stories, I believe 10 seconds or less, just like on Snapchat. And they disappear after 24 hours. So in other words, if I want to post something kind of in the moment, not really permanent, not serious, maybe it's a message, maybe it's it applies to right now, behind the scenes, whatever, and I know it's going to be gone in 24 hours, that's when I would use stories. But when I want something permanent, like a photo or a video that I want people to come back and be able to look at over and over and over again, or new people that follow me be able to go through the timeline and see it, then that's when I would use the standard Instagram features the way I always did. So it's Instagram plus stories. Let's take a look at how it works. So I've got my iPhone 6s Plus here, and I'm going to go ahead and launch the Instagram app as I always do. Now, a couple things have happened here. First of all, it updated my timeline to show me, new photos that were posted by, most recently by the people I follow. In the upper right-hand corner, I can see I've got one message, which is probably in response to one of my Instagram story from last night. And at the very top, or actually below the mail icon, under the word Instagram, I see icons of people. And these are all Instagram stories. So your stories will appear always at the top here. And you'll notice that some have a dark kind of orange ring around them, red ring, orange ring, and some don't. The ones that don't are the stories I've already viewed. The ones that do, and they'll always be to the left, are the stories I haven't viewed yet. And of course, your story will always be first. So I can see from Miss RMBA and from iSocialFans and Why I Love Atlanta and Scott OK. See that those are stories I have not looked at yet. So let's talk about looking at stories. So how do I look at a story? You got it. Just tap on it. And that will bring up that person's story. And then it will go to the next story. And the next story in that person's feed. And if I want to get past it, I can just tap to get to the next story in theirs. Or I can swipe to get to the next story in my feed. So if I swipe left, I'm going to the next person. If I tap, let's say the person's posted, 5 photos and 3 videos. I'm going to the next photo, the next photo, the next photo, then the next video, the next video, the next video. So tapping advances you through that person's story. Maybe they're talking about something you're not interested in. You want to get to the next one. And swiping says, okay, I'm done with that person. Go to the next person. Let me see what they're talking about. So that's the way it works. And once you view them, as you can see, the dark red or orange ring goes away. Now, that's great for viewing. And you don't really get to pick and choose other than who you tap on. In other words, the stories that appear there are the stories from the people that you already follow. So if you are following people and they make stories, they're going to be at the top of your feed there. You don't ever have to tap on them, but they are there for you to view. And of course, you can go back through and look at all the ones that have been posted within the last 24 hours. So if you're following people and they haven't posted anything in 24 hours, then their stories won't be there, or their stories will have disappeared or expired, and therefore they will be gone. All right, so now let's talk about the thing most of you are probably here to watch, and that's how to make your own. So in the upper left-hand corner, there's a plus sign, kind of like a little circle or half circle around it. And of course, you still have the camera icon at the very bottom of Instagram. The camera icon at the very bottom is the camera icon that's always been there for posting your images and stories. I'm sorry, your images and videos to Instagram the way you always did. So that doesn't change. However, if you want to post an Instagram story, then that's when you tap the icon in the upper left-hand corner. It looks like the little plus sign. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and tap the little plus sign. It's going to activate my camera. Let me get something a little bit, I'm on a messy desk here. Let's get something a little bit more appropriate to show. And so I've got a little plaque here for my screenshots of credits in the apps that I'm in. So for example, if I wanted to share that on my Instagram stories right now, I could just capture it. And now it's ready to be shared if I'm ready. So if I'm ready to share it, then I would just tap the little check mark and that will go ahead and send it to my feed. However, you'll notice in the upper right-hand corner, I have some annotation tools. I've got a paintbrush and I've got the double A's, which means I can type text. So if I want to paint on this, I can. I get a felt tip marker, I get a highlighter, and I get whatever that is. I have not explored that icon yet. So the way this works is I could paint like that, or I could paint like that, a little bigger one, and maybe that's an eraser. Yeah, okay, oh no, that's an outlined one. Okay, and of course you can change your colors. So you can do this any way you want and use any of the tools you want. If you want to undo, you can undo your way back. And of course, when you're done, you can say you're done. Now, of course, text works the way you would expect it to. You just tap the double A's, you get the ability to type text. And I could say something like, honored to be on these splash screens. All right, okay. And then, of course, you can move that around, put that wherever it makes sense to put it. Let's see if I get any other additional formatting options. I don't think so. At least I haven't seen any yet. So I get to change the text, but I haven't seen anything yet to format it. I might have just overlooked it at this point. But anyway, there it is. And of course, you can double tap to get back into it if you made a typo or want to change it in any way. Now, before we post it, or if we're going to post this, which we're not, we're going to post a different one. I can go ahead and press the down arrow button to save it. In other words, just like on Snapchat, the way it used to be, you could do all this and then save a copy so you could post it other places. And of course, I could cancel and say, never mind, I don't want to post this at all, and then away it goes. But if I tap the check mark, and you know what, let's go ahead and post it. If I tap the check mark, then it will go ahead and add that to my story. So now that's in my story, ready to go. One other thing I forgot to mention while we're reviewing other people's stories is, and I'm just reminded of that because I see the message icon in the upper right-hand corner. If you want to send someone a message that you follow based on what they said, maybe they asked you, hey, what do you think of this? And they want your response. Well, for example, if I go here, you notice there's a send message in the lower left-hand corner. And then I can go ahead and type whatever message I want to send. So I can, for example, send this message to Angel here. And we'll just go ahead and send that. And now that will be in her inbox, ready to go. Now, it went to the next story automatically like it was supposed to, and I didn't want to see it because I'd already seen it. I just swiped down. You can also tap the little X in the upper right-hand corner to close the story. Okay, so let's go back to creating your own. So if I tap the plus sign again, of course, that brings up the camera one more time. And let's talk about the icons that are here. So in the lower left-hand corner, you've got the ability to flash, not flash, or auto flash. And of course, the icon to the right of the shutter button is the flip the camera around so you can take a selfie. So if I flip the camera around, there I am recording this. And of course, if I want to record this as a video, then I would hold the button down instead of just pressing it. So let's go ahead and record a video. And I'll invite people to come watch this video that we're recording as a tutorial. So let me think about what I'm going to say before I hold the button down. Let's go ahead and hold it down right now. Hey guys, I'm recording a Instagram stories video how-to on my YouTube channel at terrywhite.tv. Check it out.
Guys, I'm recording
so
Instagram
there
stories
it is, repeating
video
itself over and over again.
How-to on my
and
YouTube
now I
channel
can go
at
ahead and say that I want to send that, and now that's been added to my story as well. So if you follow me on Instagram, which you can down there, then you, or down there, over there, wherever it is on the screen here, then you'll be able to see that story within the next 24 hours. If you're watching this video later, it'll be gone. Okay, now one of the things that's kind of hidden, and this is kind of cool, and it was one of the things I looked for a button for, and I couldn't find it, and I said, oh, come on, there's got to be a way to do it. What if I want to post a picture that I've already taken, or content I've already taken that's on the camera roll? Well, here, let's go back to the plus sign. Let's swap it around. I don't want a selfie anymore. So obviously you've got your front-facing camera and your rear-facing camera. But what if I want something on the camera roll? Here's the secret, hidden, top secret, while you're watching this video, way of doing this. Swipe down while you're in the camera. You swipe down, you'll notice it says last 24 hours at the top there. So those are the, and you can swipe left or right, but it will only show you, which is again, keeping in tune to that. This is about, the last 24 hours of content. It'll only show you the things that are on your camera roll that happened in the last 24 hours. So if you wanted to post something that was older, you can, but then that would be a regular Instagram post. I've got a trick to get around that, by the way. But so if I go ahead and grab this photo, which by the way is older than 24 hours, I can now post it. Now, how did I get to this picture, which is older than 24 hours? I cheated. So let me show you how to cheat. And by the way, you can swipe left and right to get filters. No geo filters yet that I've seen, no stamps or anything like that from Instagram that I've seen. I'm sorry, from Snapchat. But how do you cheat? Well, let's go cheat. Let's go to the camera roll. And I got all photos there. And let's say that I wanted to post this picture, which is older than 24 hours. It was, during the same photo shoot, but it's now past 24 hours. If I just screenshot it, which is holding down the two buttons on your device, so my power button and my home button, that will take a screenshot, and that screenshot is brand new, therefore within the last 24 hours. So if I get out of my camera or out of my Photos app, go back to Instagram, and now swipe down, oh, there it is, and now I can post that thing that really is older than 24 hours, but I want to post it anyway to my story. So that's how you get around the, we're only going to show you what you did in the last 24 hours thing, if you really need to get around it. Otherwise, it's cool just to be able to show things that happened in 24 hours. And again, if I really wanted to post something older, then I would make that an Instagram post, as I always do if I post older photos or videos. All right, so that's pretty much it, except for one more thing, and that's around your security, your ability to choose who sees your stories and who can respond. So I'm going to go to my story one more time, and I'm going to tap the three little buttons at the bottom there. So when I tap the three little buttons at the bottom, I can share this. I could delete this, which, by the way, if you wanted to get rid of something that you posted, maybe you posted something and you realize you probably shouldn't have posted that. You can delete it. You can save the photo like we talked about with the little down arrow. You can share this as a post, meaning a regular post. You don't want it to delete in 24 hours. Or you can go to the story settings. And in the story settings, this is where you get to choose who can reply to your messages. So in this case, I've got it set to everyone. So if you're not following me, you'd still be able to reply at this point. Or I can say, you know what? Maybe only people I follow. That's interesting. Or off. So I'm going to leave it on everyone for now unless it becomes a problem. And then the one at the top there is kind of interesting. Hide story from. This is where you say, hey, this person's stalking me and I'm just randomly picking people here. But I can say, don't show it to those three people, and those three people, my icon would not show at the top of their Instagram. I'm going to cancel that because I don't want to hide it from those people. But you can individually choose who you want to hide stories from. So that's a quick look at the new, hot off the presses, hot off the internet, Instagram stories feature. I've walked you through all the features I know of how to use it. And of course, this will continue to evolve and change as social media apps always do. So thanks for watching this, and we'll catch you on the next one or the next significant update to anything social or technology or Adobe or anything that I cover. Thanks, guys. Cheers.